What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Marco.
And your girl Q.
And we back to you with another story. This is a very sad story, as you may know. It's a guy that died. Was it yesterday or today?
It was yesterday morning, like early in the morning. Not another guy, another black man, innocent black man as of now, from what we know and from what the video shows. Another black man made over 100 black men killed this year alone by police.
His name was Alton Sterling. He was 37. Tell us a little bit of the story, Quisha.
He was the DVD man. They said he was standing outside of a convenience store selling DVDs like he did every day for the last few years with the store clerk's permission. And apparently the police were responding to a call saying that someone was threatening them. They arrived on the scene, and from the videos that were shown, there's a couple of different videos. One, for me, the most disturbing was the one of the people in the car where the girl cries and the phone drops. But there's a couple of different videos from different angles, and basically the story's the same. They sat on top of him and they shot him. Was a bigger black man, but the most recent video I saw, both of them were on top of him and had restrained him.
Yeah, they just released a video within the last hour.
Right.
Of the up close and personal. I guess someone was up close when it happened. Now this is what happened. This guy was at the convenience store. Mind you, first of all, this happened in Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is in Louisiana. Baton Rouge is a very country town. Louisiana in general is country, but Baton Rouge is very country. And I've never been to Baton Rouge, but I could tell it's very country, and it might be, while it's country, it might be a little behind on times from the simple fact that first of all, Boosie is from there. Boosie is very country.
Boosie's from Baton Rouge.
And he's very country. Also, the guy sells CDs. Now, I'm going to tell you something. About a year and a half or 2 years ago, I was approached by a young drug-addicted gentleman. It looked like he was drugged. I don't know. He tried to sell me a CD. And I looked at him like he was out his damn mind. No one uses CDs no more. What are you trying to sell me a CD for?
While I agree with you, there are actually people who still buy CDs from bootleggers like Sterling. And I know people who still buy CDs. I personally don't buy CDs because I don't like the clutter.
Okay, Quisha is behind the times. She stays in a place called Bankhead on the south. It's very behind the times.
I do not stay on Bankhead.
All right. So this guy was approached. First of all, he was in front of a convenience store, a gas station, sort of like. He was in there. He was selling his DVDs. He had permission from the owner, and the owner said he could go about doing that. The owner even said that just before he died, they were inside the store calling each other names, joking around,
right,
cracking jokes.
I think the most recent video, I think that might have been from the store clerk, is what I was thinking.
No. That was a cell phone when the guy's on the floor. Did you see it?
Right. No, I did.
Okay.
I think he was standing outside. He said that he was standing outside when it happened. So I don't know if that was his cell phone.
Oh,
specifically, not the store video, but his cell phone. And he said he was standing about 2 feet away from the situation.
They also said they had, he said he has it on his security footage, but he didn't see it yet. So
the cops came and got it immediately.
Okay. So this guy was out there. He was joking with the convenience store owner. Once you have the convenience store owner's permission, you're no longer trespassing. You can do that on their property. But once you don't have their permission, then there's an issue. So obviously someone called the cops on this guy, said he had a gun, right? Now, this is my problem. Officers Blaine Salamoni and Howie Lakel, they responded to the call about the guy having a gun on him. Now, from their names, it kind of seems like they're not from that area. That's a common issue. They say if more police
the
areas that they're from, it will be it wouldn't be such a disconnect from from the police and the people of the area. So they responded, and from the video from the lady in the car, you automatically see that they shot a taser into the guy, right? After they shot the taser into the guy, the cop rushed him, right? Slammed him on the ground. Now, this is my whole issue with this whole situation. Now, if you're saying that you know that you had a 911 call saying this guy has a gun, are you really pulling out a taser in that situation?
No,
That
you're not.
makes absolutely no sense to me. If I know this guy has a gun on him, when I pull up, I'm having my guns drawn. Now I'm going to tell him, listen, I'm going to need you to put your hands on the car so I can pat him down and remove the gun from his person. There's
Simple.
no way I'm pulling out a taser in that situation and I know he has a gun. That's just retarded. So
And we
anyway,
know that's not what's happening and what they're doing.
yeah, but that's what they're telling people.
Right.
So they got him to the floor. Now, mind you, when you get a guy, you just tasered the guy and you put him to the floor. How I don't understand how cops want you to stay still when you're
With
just
a knee in your back, an elbow in your neck.
and you just was electrified. You had electric current going through your body. People are not used to that. They're not used to electric current going through their body. So, of course, and he was slammed to the ground. Now, this guy wasn't no muscular. It don't look like he in the gym every day. So,
Right.
how you expect this guy to just stand still after all this commotion is going on? And he probably still doesn't even know why you're approaching him to begin with. So, anyway, that happened. They have him to the ground. Two big police officers have this guy
And
to the ground.
I want to say that both of them, I mean, not like first year rookies, but both of them were fairly new, less than 5 years on the force, both of
Mm,
them.
mm.
And one of the cops had already, in 2014, December of 2014, had already been suspended for shooting a black man before.
I can tell these guys was rookies from the simple fact that after they shot him, they shot the guy. The guy said, what? The guy said, get on the ground.
Right.
What? You just shot the man on the ground. I guess he was just
Right.
so nervous that he's just saying anything that comes to him. So
Right.
anyway, so they get him to the ground. Two big police officers, and you're telling me both of you can't hold his hand? Hold his hand because they said he has a gun. He has a gun. He's reaching for a gun. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Two big police officers, and you telling me you can't get his arm where you need it to be? That makes no sense to me.
And he dies of multiple gunshot wounds to the back and to the chest. So they're not releasing the number of shots as of yet. They said they're withholding that currently. But also, I want to point out that both of these cops were wearing body cameras. So the new law, the laws where the cops wear the body cameras, but mysteriously both of their cameras fall off during this situation, which for me it didn't look like much of a scuffle from what I saw.
Yeah,
From what I saw, it looked like they were on top of him. He might have been moving a little bit, like you said, the current, or even just trying to gas for air, get his head together, trying to breathe. But
yeah.
whatever was going on, both of them say that their body cameras fell off. Apparently, the police chief is still saying that they were still rolling and recording. So that's another angle or video that they'll have.
Yeah.
So we'll just wait for those, I guess.
They're saying that the cameras was dislodged.
Right.
Was the term that they were using, and that's believable. At the end of the day, you're on the floor, you're tussling, so it can be dislodged. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is you both have him on the ground, and you can't grab his arm to make sure it's at a safe location while you pat him down. One guy holds him, and the other one pats him down. I mean, I just don't get it. At the end of the day, and they said that. Please also remember they shot this guy at point blank range.
Yes.
This was not like you shot him 10 feet away, 100 feet away. This was right close to him. They shot him a good 2-3 times. Then it seemed like it stopped, and then they shot him again. So
Right.
my whole thing is this: you're shooting to kill. You're not shooting to disable. You're shooting to kill.
Right.
You're shooting him point blank range. What do you think these bullets are doing to this human when you
Right.
shoot him?
In the midst of this, also, I know I've seen a couple of videos of larger white men. In particular, there's this one video of this white man flinging around the police officers. And it's just, I guess the video for me shows that a gun wasn't even thought to even be pulled. He was pretty much handling these police officers, and it's like in the midst of this is circulating around the internet just to show, I guess white privilege is what some would say. But I think this is an unfortunate incident. Another black man killed by the police. I feel like for a while they went to killing our kids and our sons to now going back to killing their fathers and treating black men as if they're a threat. And it's sad.
Now it's very sad. Now what they're doing is they're doing an investigation. The attorney general's doing an investigation. The FBI and the police are doing an investigation. Now every time, keep in mind, every time that someone got off, it was the police letting them off. The FBI usually comes and locks you up. So you might beat the state, but generally when the FBI come to get you, they're locking you up. So,
but there have been past cases that the FBI was said to have looked into them and nothing came of them. Of all the murders. I mean, I'm not saying that all of them had the FBI, but in some of the more recent ones, the FBI was involved and nothing came of convictions.
I'm not really too sure about that. I just know one thing that stood out in my mind is when Reverend Al Sharpton was on the Breakfast Club and what he said about back in the day with Rodney King. And in my mind, I always thought the cops just got off, but they really didn't. The FBI locked them up. So at the end of the day, you might beat one, but you're not going to beat the second one. But still, people want the city to hold them accountable. And especially in this situation, you could tell that these cops they were scared themselves. They outnumbered the guy. They have more guns than the guy. And they're still terrified. So why are you policing places like this if you know you can't handle the situation? It just makes no sense to me. You already tased them and you slammed them.
Right.
And it's two of you.
Right.
And you're still scared. Like, what is wrong with you? It just seems to me like it's just punks, punks with badges. That's all.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and so the NAACP is calling for the mayor to sit down, the police,
and the police chief,
to get off. They want everything done over there. They want it cleaned up all together.
But so far, they're protesting with a lot of people, and I've heard it was peaceful. There was a preacher out there preaching, and everybody was real peaceful throughout the situation. So, and Twitter is going crazy with all the updates and people posting videos of what it looks like out there to show, just in case. You know how the media sometimes likes to flip it and make everything turn into the negative, but the people out there are really wanting to show people that it's a positive thing and they're doing positive protesting, and they do want justice.
When you watch things like this, you sit there and think, thank God for technology, because can you imagine in the non-technological world previously, how many times this happened, how many people were shot, how many people were killed, how many people were beaten with nothing, coming from it because the cop lied, because cops lie all the time. I've been in
and their word is always taken first.
Exactly, because they're all in bed with each other. The court system, the judges, the police, they're all in bed with each other, so they take their word over yours. A police officer has to get 30 complaints before they even think about, okay, this guy, something's wrong with this guy. So it's just a real sad situation. This is part one. I'm pretty sure we'll have more details of it coming in the next couple of weeks. So we'll be back with a part two and a part three. So once again, it's your boy Marco
and your girl Q.
And it's another sad story, and we'll be back for a part two. Thank you. Please subscribe and comment. Quisha will reply because she ain't got nothing better to do. Thank you.
I will.
White people got you believing just because I'm telling a nigga to stop getting his head kicked in by the police, to take the gun he would use to shoot his brother in a second and kill the motherfucking cop that's killing you, your family, and everybody else on the block. You know what I'm saying? Kill that motherfucker. That is not insane. That is sane and straight like a motherfucker. That's positive, like a motherfucker.
Not do such things.